Bengals final expert mock draft roundup before round one. Most NFL draft experts don't agree on the Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, many NFL mock drafts feature the Bengals getting help in the trenches on either side of the ball, sure. But what specific prospect the Bengals will take? It's all over the place. Of course, that makes the mock drafts enjoyable. Ahead of tonight's first round, here's a look at one final expert mock draft roundup. Paul Denner Jr., The Athletic, Kelvin Banks Jr., OL, Texas. An unexpected twist for the Bengals. Banks would plug in as a starter at guard immediately, with a chance to become a tackle of the future or, at the very least, move out to tackle if injury issues return for Orlando Brown Jr. or Amarius Mims on the edges. Related, Cincinnati Bengals final 7-round NFL mock draft. Draft, Kelsey Conway, Cincinnati Enquirer. Mykel Williams, Edge, Georgia. Interesting intel on the draft process in the middle of the first round. After talking to multiple league sources about this year's edge class, the one name I heard most that checks every box I inquired about was Mykel Williams. If Alabama linebacker Jahdae Campbell was still on the board, I would take him here over Williams, but I think he'll be gone by the time the Bengals make their pick. Defensive tackle Walter Nolan was also in play here for me, but there's too many unknowns with his character. Matt Miller, ESPN, Shamar Stewart, Edge, Texas A&M. A source told me not to overthink the Bengals draft plans, saying they have to get a rusher. Stewart is a toolsy player with high upside who could eventually replace Trey Hendrickson. Connor Rogers, NBC Sports, Derrick Harmon, DL, Oregon. The Bengals can address interior offensive line on day 2 of this draft. In this slot, they go for talent at another need with Harmon, who is an extremely disruptive interior presence. Lance Zierlein, NFL.com, Gray Zabel, OL, North Dakota State. The Bengals will shop for another pass rusher at some point, but it's a deep draft class at that position. The priority is to protect Joe Burrow, and Zabel is a natural fit with guard/center flexibility. Daniel Jeremiah, NFL.com. Donovan Ezeruwaku, Edge, Boston College. Ezeruwaku is a skilled pass rusher with some similarities to Bengals DE Trey Hendrickson, whose future with the team remains murky. Albert Breer, Sports Illustrated. Jahdae Barron, CB, Texas. I think Pierce or Campbell would be a consideration for the Bengals. Zabel should be, too. But in the end, corner is a spot that'll be tougher to address later in the draft, based on the makeup of the class. So Cincinnati pulls the trigger on the versatile Longhorn, who's a bit of a projection into new DC El Golden's man-heavy scheme. Michael Mittelhus-Schwartz, USA Today, Derrick Harmon, DT, Oregon. As the Trey Hendrickson drama continues to linger, Cincinnati knows that it still needs to create more disruption up front no matter what. That's no problem for Harmon, who led the Football Bowl subdivision in pressures among interior defensive linemen and should continue to pose problems with his forcefulness.